Hello everyone, and this is how to install the CryptoCadet Pay button in Squarespace. To demonstrate this, I am actually going to add another pay button on our Ascendant.finance site, which is built in Squarespace. What we're building today is we're going to make a copy of this Buy Now button that you see here. This Buy Now button is actually already connected to the CryptoCadet modal. You see this window pops up. It's not connected to any API, so it's going to say unauthorized. But this is how it works. Essentially, what we have here is a bunch of different sections that correspond with different services that we offer. And what we want to show is that we have different products that have different prices, just like a store. And when you click on each one, the modal is going to show up and it's going to take your users through the entire process of paying in crypto. And I'm going to show you how to do all the features to it, like add custom email address. If it's like a store where you're sending a physical product, you can actually ask for a shipping address and all that stuff. But in order to do that in Squarespace, you do have to get your hands a little bit dirty. And what I mean by that is there's no easy way to identify what this section is that I want to add my button under. So what we actually have to do is we are going to go to Inspect Element. And this will work whether you're in Safari or you're in Chrome. I'm in Chrome, or Firefox, or any type of browser. You're going to look for some type of cursor tool that will highlight all the different sections, right? And what we're looking for is we're looking for a section called a div where we want to put our button. So you notice if I click on this, on our Inspect Element section, this div gets highlighted. And the way Squarespace identifies its divs is with these IDs that start with block. So we've identified exactly where we want to put our button under this div. And so we're going to come back to this, but just remember your place on this. In order to continue, we need to go to the app.ascendant.finance. When you first sign up, you get a free API key to help you set up your crypto setup. But from there, what you need to do is go to build, and you need to go to the JavaScript section. In this section, all you need to do is just copy this and then go back to your Squarespace dashboard, go to Pages, and then at the bottom you'll see this Utilities section with Website Tools. Click on that and then you'll find Code Injection. And as you'll see with Code Injection, you'll have a header section, you'll have a footer section. We don't need to touch the footer section. With the header section, you'll notice that because of the other button, I already have some stuff already written from scratch. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and delete all that and just kind of go from scratch. And we just paste this in. And if that's a little long, we can format it just a little bit. Oops. Okay, excellent. Now, one more thing that we need from our installation instructions are the styles. This is what will make our button a little bit more formatted. So we're just going to copy that, and right above the script, I like to put it above the script, we're just going to paste that in. Okay, so a couple properties for your button. The API key, as I mentioned before, when you first sign up, your API key is generated automatically. You just go to Settings, you are going to copy it, you're going to put it in, For product ID, when you go to build, now on your first time, you're not going to have a product ID to edit. I have some, but more than likely you're probably gonna have to add one. You can name it whatever you want, give it a price, and just hit save. And that's all there is to it. But for purposes of the demo, I already have one, so I'll go ahead and use one of those. Oops. Okay, now remember what I said about that ID name. We're going to go back to our live website where we found the block ID, and we're going to copy it. I think that's all of it. Yep. And then we're going to plop that in. Very important that you do this. Now style can be null, or you can edit your style in just pure CSS language. So for example, the default color is black. If I want to change the color of the button to say red, I would just add something like that. Email required, this can either be null or you would write required. If you don't need it, you can also just take it out. But this is basically how you get custom emails sent to your buyer. So when a person buys something and you want to notify them that their purchase was successful, this is how you would do it. The reason why it's important to require it is Ascendant.finance and CryptoCadet, we don't actually store the buyer's information. So any of the information that you need, like the shipping address, you're going to want to put that in. Otherwise, you don't need it. You can delete it. You can mark it null, whichever works best for you. And then last but not least, the label is just what shows up as the text of the button. So we just did something like hit me. Yeah, and that's it. So we just save it. And oh, so it's all the way down at the bottom for some reason. I don't think I have the, yeah, that's what I thought. If you notice, like there's a 8 missing at the end. So really important that, you know, don't be like me and have the window too small, or you're not going to be able to find your button. Okay, perfect. And so now it's showing up in the right place. Now, if you notice, because I deleted it, the first button's gone. So if you want to add multiple buttons, you can. You just scroll up, select the div like you did before, and this time you're going to copy everything correctly. Well, first I have to actually copy everything over. So let's go ahead and just put it underneath. And let's do the other test ID. Let's make it blue. Call it buy now. And then let's get that ID again. And put it in. Save it. Perfect. So now you see how to add multiple buttons representing different IDs in your Squarespace.